This is by far my favorite drama of the year. I wish every drama that I talked about on this channel was like this drama. This drama's got it all. It's low stakes, it doesn't really mean anything, it's got some really angry people involved, and it's gonna be just a great time to chop it up and talk about the From Ashes to New water gun incident. Hit the intro. Now, you might not have heard of any of those words said in the same sentence before, but what we're talking about today is this band called From Ashes to New. Now, they're not really on my radar. They're not really a punk, hardcore, heavy kind of band. From Ashes to New are more like a radio band. They're trying to get out there, they're trying to make some hits, they're trying to get some spins, they're trying to make their way as rock stars out there in the world, and to be honest, that's not really my world. I don't know a whole lot about the glitz and the glam of the big time rock and roll world. I like the underground, dingy, DIY punk and hardcore spaces, but I'm still gonna be on this guy's side from Ashes to New. That's an awful band name, by the way. I hate that band name, From Ashes to New. It took me so many times reading the article headlines to understand what I was looking at. Was it From Ashes to New Vocalist? From Ashes. Is the band To Ashes from Ashes? I couldn't understand it. Here's a quick example from Loudwire. From Ashes to New Vocalist threatens a fan, right? I didn't know if the band name was From Ashes to New Vocalist threaten or From Ashes to New Vocalist. I didn't know what was going on in the story based on just the headline and the band's name and the way that it fits itself into a sentence. From Ashes to New? I don't understand that at all. But I'm not here to be pedantic about their band name. It just took me a little while to wrap my head around the grammar of all these headlines. From Ashes to New Vocalist threatened what? Okay, anyway, figured it out. From Ashes to New. All right, are we on the same page? So we got From Ashes to New. They're out there making radio-friendly music, getting people singing along behind the barricades, that kind of thing. I know nothing about that, okay? I know nothing about that, but that's what they do. And apparently they're out there climbing the charts, out there on the radio. I don't know what any of that means, but congratulations to them, I guess, if that's what they want to be doing with their lives. But anyway, From Ashes to New, they're out there doing their thing. It's a little bit nu metal, it's a little bit rap rock, it's a little bit just like regular butt rock or whatever. I only listened to one passage of their music before I made this video, so I don't really know if that's an accurate description of their entire catalog, okay? I just know it's not for me. But I'm very happy for them, and this situation involves a water pistol, okay? You got From Ashes to New out there playing live in Minnesota. Man, lots of stuff is going down in Minnesota these days. Jesus Christ. So they're out there playing. As soon as they hit the stage, the singer apparently gets hit with water in the face. But I don't want to tell the entire story because the singer tells the entire story. So basically, there's a clip going around of the singer of From Ashes to New just tearing a fan apart for hitting him with water. Okay, he's like, I am gonna end you. I'm gonna jump over this barricade and rip your teeth out, so to speak. We'll get into the clip. So some people think that he had a bit of an overreaction because it was water that was being sprayed at him. But there's a couple different sides to this conversation. But before we get into the whole conversation, let's just go to the singer's Instagram page. The Danny Case. He's responded twice in these videos that we're gonna get into, and these just hit the internet. So I'm happy to be here, fresh as a daisy with these posts. But here's the clip that's really sending everybody into a tizzy. Roll it.
Hey, if you do that again, you're gonna leave with no teeth. Stop it. I'm dead serious. Stop spraying us with water or I'm gonna kick you in the mouth. Try me, motherfucker. I told you mid-song, don't do it anymore. I will end you. Try me.
So that's what I got hit with. Who's spraying water over here? Let's not do it. Alright, he's angry. I'm not angry yet, but I will get angry, and if I do, I'm much fucking...
That's what I got leverage. I can die on the stage and kick you in the teeth, bitch.
You guys caught past 9 p.m. Danny Case tonight. Holy shit, look at that.
I give you a very nice warning. I give you a very nice warning mid-song, and then you kept doing it.
I gotta be honest, I've never seen Danny like this before. Y'all got him really mad, man. I've never seen him this mad before. So, because I've lived with Danny for the last 10 years of my life and I've never seen him this angry on stage, I would love for you guys to give it up for Mr. Danny Case.
And that's the clip making the rounds, going viral right now. Danny Case was losing his mind. You hit me with water, motherfucker, I'll rip you apart. So yeah, it does seem like kind of an overreaction a little bit in a vacuum, all right? If it's just this clip, yeah, it seems like he's a little bit more mad than the incident warranted, right? But we're gonna hear from him a little bit more, and I think I would be almost as mad, to be honest, but I don't know if I would have handled it the same way he did. We're gonna get into how I might have handled it, but this is from armchair quarterback perspective, okay? I don't know how it would have felt in the moment. But anyway, this post of the incident was posted to the Danny Case's Instagram page with the caption that says the following: story time. Some decided it would be funny to spray bands with a water gun while they were performing at this festival. It is not in good faith. It wasn't because he was joining in on some kind of fun. He was and he was doing his best to hide so he wouldn't get caught. He sprayed us in the face 6 times before I finally found him and told him to stop during one of our songs. He then continued to do it, and I did what any rational person would do. I threatened to fucking destroy him. Don't mess with performers. So apparently, according to this thing over here, it wasn't just a one-time thing. There was an assailant attacking the band 6 or 7 times during this entire performance, okay? Getting hit in the face with some fluid. Now, who knows what that fluid is? It could be water, it could be urine, it could be beer, it could be any number of dangerous, erosive chemicals. Who knows what you're getting hit in the face with, bro? Because I'm kind of on his side, you know what I mean? And by kind of, I mean 100%. Okay, when you have performers out there doing something, you shouldn't be spraying them with stuff. You shouldn't be projecting stuff onto them. There should be no projectiles unless the performance is bad and you want to get them off the stage. And even that, I don't really agree with. It could be very dangerous to do something like that. Getting hit in the face with a water bottle is not cool, and it actually hurts a whole lot more than you think it would. So I agree with the Danny Case. You shouldn't be doing that to performers while they're on stage to perform for you, someone who paid to go see them, right? But what Danny maybe should have done in this incident, everything would have been fine, do everything the same, but when you find out who did it, instead of threatening him, maybe go to security. Maybe like talk to someone on the side of the stage to deal with this concert goer kind of personally, right? I don't know if it needed to escalate to all of this, but in the moment when it's been happening over and over and over again, you're kind of scared, you're kind of angry. Yeah, I can kind of understand reacting that way, but Danny Case responded twice, and I only had time to watch part 1, and then I fired up this whole setup over here, and then he dropped part 2. So we're gonna watch part 1, discuss it, come back, and maybe watch part 2. Roll it.
So for those of you that the small audience that can't seem to grasp the concept of why the water incident was a multitude of problems, for those of you who just like can't get it like through your head, I'll explain it to you, and I'll give you the rundown from the top to the bottom, and hopefully you will have the capacity to understand why I reacted the way that I did. For starters, it happened the second that I came out to start performing. And, you know, I have no idea what's going on. You're a Monday morning quarterback. You have the whole story. So you go, it's just water. I don't see what the big issue is. Yeah, you have the whole story. I come out to start performing, and I get hit with water in the face. Now, I have no idea what that is. I don't even know if it's water, okay? It could have just been someone in the crowd who is amped up, who just like spun some water on. That happens. That happens at shows, right? So I don't know if that's malicious intent, for starters. I also don't know what the liquid is. All the while I'm trying to perform. All the while I'm trying to like not stop the show because we just started playing. So I have no idea what's going on. It could have just been someone spinning a bottle around and just having fun. And it could have just been a one-time thing. So I'm just going to keep going. Then it happens 2 to 3 more times. And that's when I figure out, okay, someone is intentionally trying to antagonize us. Then I have to figure out where it's coming from, who's doing it, if I'm in any kind of danger. You just don't know these things. So now I'm distracted. I'm trying to figure out who it is without stopping the show because I don't want them knowing that I'm looking for them actively. Like we're just playing it off. I'm just trying to figure it out who's doing it so I can make them stop. So I spot the guy. I see the squirt gun in his hand. And I signal to him to stop. Cut it out. Stop. Then he proceeds to do it 2 to 3 more times before that song ends. This is 7 songs into the set at this point. Incredibly distracting, potentially dangerous, no idea, to our health or our gear. You know, it could be either or, because if it is just water, it's still like we have $2,000 microphones in our hands. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gear on stage. So I lost it because at that point, I found you. I know what you're doing. I've asked you to stop, and you continue to do it 2 to 3 more times in the same song, which is basically a go f yourself. So if anyone ever came up to you in public and sprayed you in the face with water, you don't even know if it's water. Okay? You're going to sit there and tell me that you wouldn't do something about it. Get the f out of here.
He makes a very compelling argument. I really do love this drama. This is great. Because no one actually got hurt. It was just water. It was just a thing that happened at a radio rock show. And now we got all these like responses and all these videos. Part 1, part 2. We got the viral clip, the incident going around. It's great, man. It's beautiful. And the point that he makes in this video that I really, really rock with is the expensive microphone part, the expensive gear part. Because yeah, it might just be water, you might just be having a good time, but it's still very, very dangerous and potentially expensive. You do not want to fry one of those microphones, bro. You don't want to fucking ruin one of their pedal boards or anything like that. Well, maybe you do, but you really shouldn't be that kind of person. That is wrong. That is bad behavior. I don't know why I have to say that, but it is. And then another compelling point he makes at the very end is like, if someone came up to you and sprayed you in the face, you wouldn't do anything about it? Of course I would. I agree. I would do something about it if I was in public and someone did it. Okay? You were at a venue. You had security. You had a band. You had a whole entourage around you. Now I know what emotions feel like, okay? I would have probably reacted the same way. In fact, I did kind of react this way once when I was performing somewhere. I had my guitar just set on the stage and someone came up and just started playing it and then spilled water all over the place, and I freaked the f*** out, man. I ripped this guy apart verbally, vocally, and it was an emotional breakdown for me, and I directed it all at this guy that was fucking with my shit. I know how it feels to feel that way, so I can't say that I wouldn't have behaved in the same way. But upon reflection, I would have realized that maybe talking to security, maybe talking to one of my bandmates, maybe talking to somebody around would have been a better way to handle this situation. Especially if you're mid-set, especially if you're mid-song, you know what I mean? You don't want to derail anything, and you already indicated that you didn't want to derail anything. So potentially getting a security guard to do his job would have been the better call, you know? But then I wouldn't have all this juice on the internet. I wouldn't have part 1, part 2, the viral video, the statements, everything going on the internet revolving a water pistol incident that happened at a butt rock show. This is incredible. Best drama of the year. Nobody was hurt. Nobody went to jail. Nobody was kicked out of a band. No one was like legitimately crashing out in a very dangerous way online. There's no crypto scams. There's no AI. There's nothing I hate about this. This is just good old-fashioned rock and roll scene drama. I love it. This is what this whole channel is all about, people. And now we're going to be getting into part 2, something that I have no information on yet. I didn't watch this, for it only came out 47 minutes ago, all right, at time of recording. So let's listen to Danny Case and his part 2. I think he made every point he needed to in part 1. I don't think there's a need for another part, but let's give him the stage, ladies. Roll it.
For those of you saying, well, you could have handled yourself better, you could have asked security to remove him, you could have done this. Congratulations. What an incredibly astute observation from behind your screen, sitting at home, not in the middle of the situation. Good job. You're unbelievable. How do you do it? At that point, I was past asking nicely. I was ready to punch this guy directly in the face, and he would have 100% deserved it. I don't care, and I'm not sorry. The fact of the matter is I've seen plenty worse from plenty bigger musicians over the decades. You guys are just soft. And me saying I will end you is not a threat to murder somebody. That's crazy. Does the saying I will destroy you, does that mean I would literally disintegrate their body? I would molecularize them? Is that what that means? Or maybe it's a figure of speech. At the end of the day, if you still can't grasp why I reacted the way that I did and why it was such a problem, I've got good news and I've got bad news for you. Two things. First, good news, you don't ever have to spend money on an IQ test. Don't bother. It'll just be a waste. Bad news, it's because you have ice bath water IQ. You can say I didn't handle it the right way, but at the end of the day, you've never been in that situation. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a fucking idiot.
I love that. I love this guy. This guy's making all the points, because just like I was saying, yeah, as like a Monday morning quarterback, me sitting back here, yeah, it's easy to say you should have handled it better. You should have talked to security. But also, I can't put myself in his shoes to understand how he felt in that moment, you know? I completely agree. I completely side with him for sure. Obviously, he knows he should have behaved differently, but he wouldn't have been sorry had he knocked that guy's teeth out. 100%. Would that guy have deserved it? Yes, 100%. Some people just need to learn lessons, and if it's going to come from the singer that you're antagonizing, sure, great, I love it. But again, I've covered so many dramas on the internet, and the easiest way to make things go away, especially when it's inconsequential, is to just ignore it, is to just let people think that it doesn't bother you, right? It's just to have the water off the duck's back and to move on, and people will realize, oh, well, we can't really get to this guy. But posting videos, especially part 1 and a part 2, even when you got a point, you know, it makes you seem like you've been gotten to, it makes you seem a little bit more vulnerable. And hey, I can't really criticize that too much either. I understand what it's like to be in that type of situation, but when I see all of these behaviors together, I understand how the internet is just going to try to pick and to choose different kinds of things to latch onto, even if it makes no sense at all. It's just something to comment. They don't even believe it most of the time. They don't even think it most of the time. It's someone else's thought that they've seen in a comment section somewhere else that they then bring to you, you know? Nothing original, nothing that comes from their own brain, not anything. They're just trying to just say stuff to get to you or to get engagement in your comment section, which if you're trying to get attention in a comment section, that is the saddest kind of person that you can be on the internet. A comment section is a microcosm within a microcosm within a microcosm within a microcosm. And if that's where you want to really make your waves, well, have at it, I guess. But I love the part 1. I love the part 2. I love the addressing the haters. I love the discussing it like this. I think it's great. This is the best drama of the year, and it's not even close, really. I love these videos. They're amazing. Those are 2 of the best videos I've ever seen in my life. Danny Case, amazing drama, amazing. And he's right, many bands have done many worse things than just say something like this to an audience member for squirting them with water. 100% great points. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, that's the butt rock water gun situation done and dusted. Like, comment, subscribe. Come back for another video. All right, goodbye.
I have punk energy.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man.